Iglesia ni Cristo.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all our viewers and listeners of INCRadio. I'm Sister Lorraine Lawingka Manabat live here in Clayton, North Carolina, and you are watching INCRadio Virginia Satellite Studio. I hope you are all doing well. And joining me for today's episode, Brother Andrew.
Yes, Sister Lorraine, I'm doing great. Mabuti po. I'm so happy to be here and to learn more about Jacksonville, North Carolina.
And also, we will be also joining with us today, Sister Dane, all the way from Norfolk, Virginia.
Hello, viewers and listeners. I am Sister Dane Dino.
And thank you so much, Sister Dane, Brother Andrew, to all our viewers and listeners. For today's episode, we are going to travel to Jacksonville, North Carolina. We also always include North Carolina because in United States of America, there's a lot of Jacksonville, North Carolina, right, Brother Andrew?
And Jacksonville, Arkansas, Jacksonville, Florida, and others. You're correct. But today is Jacksonville, North Carolina.
There you go, Brother Andrew. And as you have seen in our screen, and to all our viewers and listeners, some of you already know our topic. We're going to learn why people love Jacksonville, North Carolina. And let me ask Sister Dane, have you been to Jacksonville, North Carolina before, or maybe Brother Andrew?
Welcome to our virtual tour of New Bern, North Carolina.
Yes, I have. I have driven a resident worker several times to beautiful Jacksonville. You have to be careful driving at night because there are deer near the beautiful scenic roads that you will take when you travel from Fayetteville to Jacksonville. But it's a beautiful place, a beautiful climate, kind of a rural setting compared to a lot of busier places. Very relaxed.
How about Sister Dane? No, Sister Lorraine, I have not been to Jacksonville, though we lived in Fayetteville, which sounds very similar to Jacksonville. No, I have not.
Yes. I haven't yet. Well, we're going to travel there soon. Sister Dan, Brother Andrew, and Sister Lucy will be joining us later. Sooner or later, our spring break is fast approaching, so I might add that to my list. But today, we'll also be joining with our guest for today, straight from Jacksonville, North Carolina. And I would like to introduce our guest for today to our viewers and listeners. First off, we have Brother Alex Rodriguez from Jacksonville, North Carolina. Hello, Brother Alex.
Hello, brethren. I'm Brother Alex. We're to talk about fishing here in Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Yes, we're so excited to hear some of your tips later for fishing spots here in Jacksonville, North Carolina. And also, we have our head deacon in Jacksonville, North Carolina. Let us all welcome Brother Don Bowen.
Hi, everyone from Jacksonville, North Carolina. Sister Lorraine, Dane, and Brother Andrew. It's all good to see you, and welcome so much for joining us today on this very special broadcast.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations on your 15th anniversary, Brother Don.
Yes, brother. Yes, this has been a really good month for the locale of Jacksonville, North Carolina. We had our Holy Supper on the 15th of March, and then on the 25th of March, we had our 15th anniversary as a locale. And then today, we're being visited by INCRadio. So this has been a very special month for us. We're so grateful for you coming to see us, and we're happy you're here. And I hope that you enjoy the presentation and a little bit of information about Jacksonville, North Carolina.
And before we go on with our first video, with our first topic discussion, our Kuya Tech said, "Oh dear." I know they have heard about deer on the roads, like Brother Andrew have said, but we have solution for that. It's the deer horn, right? So we could put in our car to be safe. And also, before we go on, we have Sister Jeneline Aguinaldo watching from Musoma, Southeastern Africa. Welcome to our show. Keep typing in your comments. And also, we have Sister Flo Guillermo. And as what I have asked a while ago earlier, if my co-crew hosts here in INCRadio have been to Jacksonville, North Carolina, I have been in the vicinity of Jacksonville, North Carolina, one of which is the city of New Bern. Okay, again, the city of New Bern, and I have been there. So it's just 45 minutes away from Jacksonville, North Carolina. And Brother Don will give us a virtual tour of New Bern, North Carolina. So, Kuya Tek, please play that video of New Bern, North Carolina.
Welcome to our virtual tour of New Bern, North Carolina. This city is very picturesque and has a lot of history. Tryon Palace is the highlight of the downtown area. It was the second capital of the state of North Carolina. One weekend in April, they opened up the Palace Gardens, free to all visitors. It's a really fun activity for the springtime. During this event, they have a big heirloom plant sale. It's a really good time to buy some plants. In the summer, there are usually concerts in the parks, and in the fall, a lot of festivals, such as Mumfest and the Trent River Raft Race. One good place to get a cup of coffee is Crema Brew off of Broad Street. All of their coffees and baked goods are great. There are lots of fun outdoor activities to do in the area, such as hiking at nearby trails, water sports, camping, and there's lots of good fishing nearby. The Civil War Battlefield Trail in New Bern is another historical place to visit. The trails are well maintained, and it's very quiet there. It's a really good place to take a hike. Some fun water sports to try here are tubing, wakeboarding and sailing in the rivers, surfing at nearby beaches, and another fun thing to try at the beach is parasailing. There is also a very vibrant art community here. There are lots of bear statues sculpted by artists throughout the city. They're really fun to hunt down and search for. The art exhibits are also a really nice place to visit downtown. Thanks for watching this brief video tour of a quaint small city in eastern North Carolina. We hope you enjoyed.
Yes, that was actually New Bern, North Carolina, which is about 35 miles north of Jacksonville. That was Sister Phoebe and her sister, Sister Naomi, who gave us that tour around the vicinity. There are a lot of activities in New Bern, a lot of sports activities. It's a nice, quaint town. That's where, as she mentioned in her video, that that was the capital of North Carolina at one time before it moved to Raleigh. So, yeah, and we have a lot of members who live up in that area. So that's why we wanted to allow them to have a little bit of input into this, because they are Church of Christ members in Jacksonville, but they live in New Bern.
Wow, Brother Don, you gave me a trivia. I would tell that to my students on Monday that New Bern was previously became the capital of North Carolina. That's a nice thing to know. And Brother Don, can you tell us why Brother Benji said that bears are staples in New Bern? Bears are a staple po in New Bern, #Jacksonville.
Can you repeat that? I couldn't hear you.
Brother Benji comment, bears are a staple po in New Bern, #Jacksonville.
Yeah, that's kind of the mascot, if you will, of New Bern. As a matter of fact, the city of New Bern has a mascot of a bear, and some of the high schools have the name of bear. So that's kind of the way that sticks out for the people in New Bern. But on behalf of Brother Benj Margis, our resident worker, we certainly want to thank you for joining us and being with us today, and allowing us to show you a little bit about Jacksonville, North Carolina, and why we love to live here.
Thank you so much, Brother Don. And one of our questions for today's episode, we would like to ask our viewers and listeners, what is your favorite fishing spot in Jacksonville? Right, Sister Dane? We are going to read their answers later, but our question again, what is your favorite fishing spot in Jacksonville, North Carolina? Type in your answers right now. And Brother Alex here will help us to know what are the things that we need to remember when you're going to some best fishing spots in Jacksonville, North Carolina. What are the expectations and what fish could we catch? Is there galonggong there? Let's go ahead, Kuya Tech, and show the pictures, and Brother Alex will help us to understand what are the things we need to remember in Jacksonville, North Carolina. Go, Kuya Tech. Okay, Brother Alex, what are the things that we can see on the screen? I think these are things used for fishing, right, Brother Alex?
Yeah, the first picture was a fishing class that I did for the locale of Jacksonville. I was teaching them how to rig their fishing gear, how to set up their fishing line, and what types of reels to use for the specific type of fishing pose. Now, my favorite fishing spots, any fishing spot here is pretty good, but you just have to be wary of where you're fishing because a lot of the waters there, unless you're on the beach, it's considered brackish water. So if you're going to fish in North Carolina, you require a fishing license. But if you're fishing in brackish water, you require a saltwater and freshwater fishing license. If you're caught fishing in brackish water and the game warden sees that you don't have both, he may fine you, he may not. But that's something to be wary of. There's a lot of fishes you can catch here, from red drum, black drum, bluefish, mahi-mahi, speckled trout, snappers. It all depends on the season, but fish are here all year round. The only difference is in the wintertime, you have to find them. So if you have a boat or a kayak, you just don't want to fall in the water because the water's going to be really cold and you're not going to be a very happy fisherman. But the fish are out there. I get a lot of brethren coming to visit the locale. Somebody had mentioned my name and, I would take them out fishing and they have a good time. I make sure that they bring fish home with them. If you
Brother
guys have,
Alex, yes,
yeah,
Brother Alex, we have a question coming from Brother Harold Manavat. He said, what was the biggest fish you caught po, brother? # Fayetteville.
my biggest fish for redfish, I believe, was 54-inch. But if you go deep sea fishing, which we also have here, they have head boats where you can pay to take you out 50 miles and do some deep sea fishing. Deep sea fishing is different. It's a lot bigger fish, but inshore, my biggest fish was a 54-inch red drum.
Yes,
That's impressive, Brother Alex. So, Brother Alex, in addition to fish, eating a lot of seafood in the Jacksonville area, what are some other specialty foods in the Jacksonville area, and what are your favorites?
So the Carolinas are unique. They have a unique thing called Carolina style. So the Carolina style is pretty much either a burger or a hot dog, where they top it off with chili, coleslaw, a pickle, and sometimes with mustard, depending on the individual's taste. So that's the unique food that we have here in the Carolinas. But here in Jacksonville and the areas here, the best places to eat is by the water. So you have seafood places, you have barbecue places, and I noticed there's a difference between the barbecue with the East Coast and the western side of North Carolina. The eastern coast more like their barbecues more vinegary, while the western side of North Carolina like it sweet. So I don't mind either or, but my favorite is sweet. When I cook my ribs or brisket, I like it sweet. Now, when it comes to cooking my fish, the catches I do, it all depends if I fry it, smoke it, grill it, make sinigang. Everybody loves sinigang. We like it really sour.
Yes,
And
Brother Alex. Sorry, Brother Andrew. Go ahead, Pa.
I was curious, what do you use to make your sinigang sour? Can you give us some recipe hints on that?
That's Sister Len's secret. She doubles up on the recipe, I think.
Oh, okay. And I take that it tastes very good.
The family seems to like it. I don't like it that sour, but I will eat it.
All right. We'll all
And
have to take a trip to Jacksonville to try out your sinigang. Sister Lorraine.
yes, well, Brother Andrew, sorry to cut you, but I think Brother Alex will share some photos of the food that they are enjoying there in Jacksonville area. Kuya Tek, kindly show us the pictures that they have shown, so our viewers will be very, very hungry right now at this time. There you go, Brother Alex. Who are on the pictures?
This is my family, my wife, my 2 kids, and my mother-in-law. This is the time we went strawberry picking. We do a lot of picking here. Strawberry, blueberry. We like to make jam with a lot of stuff that we pick. This is a seafood, so while you're fishing, you can go clamming, catch crabs, make your own boil.
Wow, so much seafoods, Brother Alex. Now I
Yeah,
understand.
that's the benefit of being on the coast.
Yes, go ahead, Sister Dane.
Hello, Brother Don. As a student, as a current student, what are educational possibilities or career possibilities in the Jacksonville, North Carolina area?
Well, Sister Dang, thank you so much for asking that question. I'm going to discuss 3 higher institutions of learning. Right here in Jacksonville, we have the Coastal Carolina Community College, which is a 2-year college. It's where the young folks can go in there and get their basics out of the way before they head to a university. And they actually have as many as 37 different degrees out of Coastal Carolina Community College. And one of the good things about this is that the University of North Carolina at Wilmington is sharing some of their space up here with Coastal Carolina, bringing some of the higher level degrees to Jacksonville, so people don't have to drive so far to Wilmington to get a higher education, and it's working out real well. Now, the other 2 I'd like to talk about, one is East Carolina University, and that's located in Greenville, North Carolina. It's about 75 miles there, and it is the 4th largest university in North Carolina. They offer schools in medicine, dentistry, engineering. They also have classes in business, management, marketing, and health professionals. And here's the good thing about East Carolina University that a lot of people don't know. I didn't know for sure, that they are ranked 976th out of the 21,000 universities in the world. So that says a lot about that place of East Carolina University. And the other one I'd like to talk about just briefly is the University of North Carolina at Wilmington. That's about 54 miles south of us in Wilmington, North Carolina. And it started out as a junior college in 1947 and became a full university in 1969 when it became part of the UNC college system. And since then, they've offered graduate programs, which started in 1977. And then in 2018, they started a doctorate program. So that's a real popular place, and it's a nice university. My wife graduated from there, and so she's partial to that, as well as East Carolina. But as far as the possibilities, and I was going to talk about the educational benefits a little bit more, but as far as employment goes, I wanted to talk about the different bases here, because they offer the highest degree of training and also pay for those who are seeking employment. Now, we have the three bases I'd like to talk about just very briefly. Is Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune, and that was built around the 1940s, as well as the two other bases. The two air stations I'm going to refer to, there is New River Air Station, which is probably about a 20-minute drive or so from Camp Lejeune. And then we have Cherry Point, Marine Corps Station Cherry Point to the north, and that's about an hour's drive there. But New River, that was, as I said, started and built in the early 40s, and it provides the aviation element as far as helicopters are concerned. That you have your fixed wing helicopters and you have your rotary wing or helicopters, and those serve two different purposes. And so those are the elements that support Camp Lejeune. And I go back briefly with Camp Lejeune, and that's a huge base. It's about 246 square miles of land, and they've got 14 miles of beach. And then on this 14 miles of beach, they perform amphibious assault training. So that really makes it really a valuable piece of property. As well, located aboard Camp Lejeune is the Naval Medical Center, and they employ a lot of people, hundreds of people there at the hospital. It's a level 3 trauma hospital in which they take people in from who are not military, but out of the community. And so they provide a service to the community around us. And I believe it was in 2018 that they started this, where they accept people from the community in for this level 3 trauma here. And then in 2022, they had over 5,000 trauma alerts in which they received patients from not only Onslow County, but 5 different counties surrounding Onslow County. And then at the current rate, it's servicing about 70% of the people off base. So it's a valuable asset to have here in Jacksonville for healthcare and treating all the people that may become sick, because our local hospital is not a trauma center. And if it's very severe, then they wind up air transporting people from Jacksonville up to Pitt Community Hospital in Greenville. And we mentioned that's where UNC or East Carolina is located, because that is a training university. As I mentioned, they have training for doctors and engineers and dentists. So a little bit about that. And then also New River is just, it's a sweet little base. It's close to Camp Lejeune, as I said, about a 20-minute drive. And the aircraft that are currently assigned there at the air station are the UHY Huey, the AH-1 or AH-1Z Cobra, the CH-53K, which is the largest helicopter in Marine inventory. And also, I'm sure you've all heard of the MV-22 Tilt Rotor Osprey. And I worked on that program for 13 years when I retired. So that's a great little place for employment, as I worked there for, as I said, for 13 years as a contractor. And then we've got Cherry Point. Cherry Point is about an hour's drive away. And it was also built in the early 40s to fight off the Axis powers that were threatening the United States. It is, as I said, it's a fixed wing community, but it's also home of the Fleet Readiness Center. And the Fleet Readiness Center is where they go in and they do complete repair, overhaul, and refurbishment of aircraft. I mean, they take them straight down to the skin, and you've seen these people who rebuild automobiles and take them straight down to the skin, and then they rebuild them and paint them and all, and look brand new when they come out. And that's the same way it is up there at FRC, or Fleet Readiness Center. It's a great place for employment. I don't know how many thousands of people they have working up there, but there are a lot. So if you've got any kind of experience, and if you don't, they'll still train you on things that they would like you to do.
Mm-hmm.
And
Thank you, Brother Don.
Yes.
Thank you, Brother Don, for all this information. I'll be sure to look into the schooling and career opportunities there in Jacksonville, North Carolina. Sister Lorraine?
Sure,
yes.
sure.
Thank you so much, Brother Don. And of course, we will not miss to mention this to our viewers and listeners who would like to visit Jacksonville, North Carolina sooner. Please tell us the worship schedule and the address of our chapel there, Brother Don.
I'll be happy to. Yes, the address is 4654C Gum Branch Road. That's here in Jacksonville. And our worship services on Wednesday night are 7:30, and on Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. So we hope you'll come and see us and worship with us. We'd appreciate that. We've had some people that were just arrived here a couple of days ago, and they're already worshiping with us, so we appreciate that. But I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank the entire INCRadio staff, those that are in the background, and all of you who are presenting us and allowing us to tell people about the great state or great city of Jacksonville, North Carolina. And I would also like to thank our executive minister. A special thanks to him, Brother Eduardo Manalo, and also his very special helper, Brother Angelo. We would like to thank them for their superb leadership, their guidance, and making these INCRadio programs possible for the church and all its members. So we're so grateful to you all for what you've done and in doing for not only us, but all the other locals around the state and the country and in the world. So thank you so much. And it's good to have you here with us, and come see us.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Brother Don. Go ahead, Brother Alex, with your greetings and your shout out spot.
Thank you. I'd like to shout out to my lovely wife for always supporting me, to Brother Benji, a resident worker, all the officers for always guiding us in the proper way of worshiping our Lord Jesus.
Thank you so much. And we are all going to listen to Brother Andrew with our CFO in action here in the District of Virginia.
Our
CFO in action.
Our Ben learned so much from our informative budgeting seminar. We all enjoyed the Society of Communicators and Networkers Earthquake Preparedness Seminar. We, especially our children, are looking forward to Frisbee Golf tomorrow in High Point. Happy 15th anniversary to the local congregation of Jacksonville. And that's all I have, Sister Lorraine.
Thank you so much, Brother Andrew and Kuya Tek. We're ready to congratulate our winners of our hashtag challenge last week. Our winners: 5th place, Jacksonville, North Carolina. 4th place, North Atlanta, Georgia. 3rd place, Macon, Georgia. 2nd place, Charlotte, North Carolina. And on our 1st place, Raleigh, North Carolina. Congratulations to all our winners. See you again all next week here on INCRadio Virginia Satellite Studio on our hashtag challenge. And we are not going to have enough time to read all your comments and your answers to our questions, but we are thankful for all of you for typing in and joining our discussion here in INC Radio Virginia Satellite Studio. And we are also thankful to our Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, our CEFC President, Brother Angelo Eranio Manalo, our Station Manager, Brother Wally Taray, and our Executive Producer, Brother Manly Andaya, and to all the district staff of District of Virginia. Thank you so much. We're all going to see you next week here in INC Radio Virginia Satellite Studio. Bye! Thank you po!
This is INC Radio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.